Hello. Just doing I'm going to do a test day video. Um, Hopefully not more than 10 minutes long. I've kind of been over all this with everyone. I think I've talked to everyone privately, so this shouldn't be any huge surprise. Nothing, but I want to just go over a few things. And I'll do my test list here, and I'm not going to put it in the email, so you'd have to actually watch the video to get the test list. So there's a couple factors involved in this test day. One of the things is there was only 8 weeks, or a little less than 8 weeks, between the March end of winter test day and the end of spring test day. 8 weeks is not a lot of time to get a new test ready that wasn't ready in March, but it's not even 8 weeks because our test list is due about 3 weeks before test day, down to 5 weeks, and there was a week of almost no skating after winter school before spring school times all started. So we're talking more like 4 weeks. So essentially, if something wasn't ready for the March test date, it was very unlikely it was going to be ready for the May test day. There were a lot of coaches that, because the March test day was right after March break and they didn't have any ice, they just didn't put anything in for the March test day. So there's quite a few coaches who are going to have a lot in for the May test day. But I got most of mine in March, and there wasn't too much I had to pull because of the ice circumstances. I don't know why I use this as a mirror. So that's the first thing. Second thing is that I had I think virtually every skater I had, 7 out of the 8 of them at least, with the exception of Caitlin, had what I have recently dubbed trigger tests, which are tests where you need to, usually free skate tests, where you need to accomplish something in order to take the test. So, for instance, the 7 tests I had, oh, I'm probably writing too small. I had 3 kids that had to land an axle in order to take part of their junior bronze tests. I had 2 kids that needed to land clean double sows. And I had a kid that needed to land double loop. I feel like I'm missing something in there. Oh, and a flip. That's what I'm missing. So the 7 kids that I had each had to land different things, and if they, I'm very clear about that up front. You land this, you take your test. You don't land it, you don't take your test. And again, 4 weeks to get that done is not really a whole lot. I had a couple of them that I was hoping to get, but an axle's a big one. So I didn't really expect all of them. The good news is, first of all, I think all of them improved. But more importantly, 4 out of the 7 actually did land their new jumps. Now, the difficult part is that not only did they all have to, not only were there 7 trigger tests, but 2 of them, the 2 double sow ones, they also had to land their double sow in their solo 3 times. That's one of my rules for free skate solos, is you have to be able to do the required jump in the solo multiple times before the pull date, before the minimum list is due. And so that makes it even harder. And one of them still even accomplished that, which was, to me, that's pretty awesome when more than 50% in a 4-week period are getting various triggers done. So, why don't I keep cloth around here or something? Now, 3 of them did it, which means they can't test that, but I'm just going to go over my brief test list. Sora didn't land her trigger, but she's doing the introductory creative dance, her last preliminary dance. Nina did land her axles, so she's doing her junior bronze elements. And we decided to keep the 10 Fox in based on some feedback, but not the rest of the tests, just due to, again, 4 weeks is not enough to go from, it's very difficult to go from not being able to pass to being able to pass. In fact, nobody's doing a skills test. None of them are going to get ready. Rachel is doing a rocker, Keats, solo, and the senior bronze solo with the double sow for her to finish off her last senior bronze test. And then Madison is doing kind of the same tests. We're doing American. Keith's solo and junior silver elements, for which she had to land clean double sows and double loops. So there's my test list for test day, 9 tests. I feel pretty good about all of them, actually, most of them. There's only one really, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 on there, 5 out of the 9 that even if they skate the worst they've skated in a month, they should be able to pass those tests. I'm not going to tell you which ones. But even the other 3 of the other ones, if they skate average, they should pass unless they have an average skate and the judge ends up being super picky. I haven't had a lot of introductory creative dances tested in Nova Scotia here. I've had about 9 test and pass. I've never had anyone fail it, but it is conceivable that they could pick on 1 step or 2 steps or not like the way its overall presentation is and end up failing it. It hasn't happened yet. I don't think it will, but it's, I don't have enough data to really have a solid idea of how they're going to react to the dance. The other one is, a lot of the junior silver dances, as I said, that it ended my streak of about 80, 85 past dances last test day, and I have 4 more junior silver dances in here, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. The Keats, I think, will both pass easily, so long as they do it the same as they do it in practice. They're superior dances. And we still have 4 skating days to get them even better. The other ones, I'm a little less, I'm going to partner them to try to get them under control, but they're a little less solid. Anyway, so that's my test list. I fully expect 8 out of 9 of those to pass. And again, 10 tests when we only had a test day 8 weeks ago is pretty good. The next test day, which I believe about 6 of my 8 students should be able to participate in, is July. I don't have it written down yet. It's the middle of July, July 15th or so. Wait, let me look here. The weekend of July. Oh, it might be the 23rd, 24th. But it might be the 16th, 17th. I'll have to check on that. Anyway, I'm hoping to get a few of the tests that I had in on this maximum list that I didn't rise to the quality that I need, that I expect. I'm hoping with the next, we basically have 3 months now, May, June, July, well, let's say 2 months, 2.5 months, to get ready for the next test day, which is a heck of a lot more time than we had for this test day. So I'm hoping to get a couple skills and a couple free skates and a couple more of those trigger jumps landed by the July testing. So just a reminder, this test day is the 21st, 22nd of May, and we don't know, there's no schedule out yet. I just checked my emails. There's nothing out to tell us what tests are on what day or what times, but you'll notice only 4 of my 8 kids are testing, so 4 of them don't have to worry about it. I do want to have some discussions about that, hopefully tomorrow. I'll just send an email about that now with this. That's it. It was quick. Bye.